filming. I'll have to excuse this one. I've used VFR to drop the tripod off, and hopefully you can see. Just double check. Yeah, I think we can see most of it. Hey, yeah, let me FPL. Like this tripod is currently balanced on the FPL. Right. In this one, the thermostat. This is the VFR 100. It's like the FPR with start motor, it's right in here. So to do it, we've got to tank up throttle body. I don't want to remove the throttle body, just want to kind of get it out of the way. I'd love to do this outside, a bit more space, but and then it's right under there. So I've got one ordered, got one on the way. I'd rather want to get started on it, or at least get to it. So first things first, I need to get the tank up. The tank might need to come off, certain things might need to happen. Just taking this one as it goes. First foremost, tank bolts. There. 8. Yeah, 8 now. When I don't know, this bike's got over 100,000 miles. And there's just little jobs here and there I want to do to it. So, a lot of things, anyone's watching the channel, there's a couple of things I've done here and there to suspension's done. We've wired a lot of the electrics, because stock electrics needed a lot to be wired, and hoses here and there, lots of things. It's stubborn. 100k compression up. I'm killing to do the valves on it. I'm absolutely killing to do the valves on it. I love to do the valves on it. When you price the job up, it's about £400 in parts. If I did it, and that's not I can have paid someone else to do it. It's very labour intensive, and I hate to say it, but the price of a new one of them, and if I wanted to do the clutch and things like that, I could get 2 or 3 of these engine blocks, so it's not worth the time, it's not worth the money or time really. Get this up a bit more, there's also a bolt under here, 8 again I believe. Get your key, this key rotating up. That happens there. Change it out. And the bolt is holding the key rotator on. Oh, it makes this one take a lot easier. Just get the tool. Yeah, that is VFR 100s. This is, or should be under there from Amazon. That's music, which goes to hold everything in place. The main effort today is just trying to get down there and see if I can actually get to them and whatnot, have a look what's required. I think they may need a good clean up and whatnot. I mean, the manual said I didn't have to remove no side fairings, but it lies, because to get to them actual rubbers down there you are going to need to, I believe. We shall see. Next up, as I said, we're going to work our way down. So, problem is, because I might move the camera actually, I can see down here now. Actually, I know what we're going to do. I'll put these over there so you're looking there and you might have a better view. So just bear with me while I move to the camera. Right, and we're back. So I've moved you from FGR to elsewhere. Right, next up, get this off. Now again, a nice tool. It's the beauty about these VFRs, it's one of them. And a toolkit. Indeed, a toolkit. Which I'll do with this. So the toolkit on this bike, I love it because there's just everything's there that you need there. And you've got all these screws here, so they're mostly Phillips head, but as I said, you've got the VFR toolkit. I have to do a little challenge video where I can show you, like, I don't know, a job or something, and the only tools I use are from the toolkit alone. I complete the job using them tools and them tools alone. I think that'll be an interesting one to show everyone. If you try that now, it's not going to happen. But no. There we go. So there's several screws around here. You whip them off. That's it. And there. There's one over here. One down here. These ones can be a pain to get, but especially if they've not been touched in a while. And don't try to lift them out of where they are. So here, and above it. There we go. So, like so. So I've been down there before, so I think it's a bit easier to remove nowadays rather than it was. There's one down here as well. You serves me. Best idea of all these screws before you move, downwards force as much as the turning force. Helps you scrapping up the front of the screw and the head of the screw. And then there. Yep. Did have the flapper, so we move that, took that off. Seems to be working a bit better with it now, but you know, it's still in test phases. I've got the hose here at the ready, I don't know which one working, it's that one. Should ever need to connect it back up. At least it's there if you need to quick swap. And then there's two down here. I should just lift up like so. Yeah. Extra cables, and I hate grips and cameras and whatnot. Always try and put more screws. I've worked this VFR so much, I know where a lot of it goes. There's no good chance now. I check the airbox, the air filter. It's not too bad, a bit cruddy. Probably do with changing soon. It's a good beat out. I'll probably do that and snip it into work tomorrow and get it blown out with the air compressor. So that's not too bad. So yeah, I might actually bag that up and I can get that blown at work tomorrow. A nice blowgun, that'll sort that out. Next up down there, you got your intake funnels. Now immediately you're at these. We'll be doing this. Get something down there. Get something down there. And from here, do not touch your foot. Do not touch the frame. So you can see I've been in because I made all my markings. Yep. Go on there, stops the rubbish going down into your intake ports, which is the last thing you want. What the hell that is? Weird. Anyways, 4 screws. That's it. Yeah, 4 screws. These ones you really don't want to get wrong. They're deep in there and they're nightmares to get out. If you do get it wrong, put as much pressure down and give it a turn. They become nightmares at first, but you got to really, that's it. Just put all your effort in, don't let it slip. Do not let it slip. Tricky with these ones because that's it. It's the perfect fit. Try one in a second. Other ones I can. Oh, it's in the cheat mode. You don't install them very hard, but once you've how can I say, yeah, once you've used it a few times, in natural vacuum and suction would get it together quite well. There's the fun part now. I'll use this socket piece for some reason. Spits them out. Can't get this thing to hold in for love nor money. It is a nightmare. There was a piece of wire in here or something that stopped it falling out, but that ain't happening. Yeah. And you can fish it. There we go. Yep. So these give them as much downwards pressure as you're going to give them lefty loosey turny pressure. As you can see, that's what I've had to do to one to try and get it out. That was not easy. I do repeat, that was not easy by any means. Make sure you got a good bite on it. Downwards pressure is just as important as your leftwards to loose pressure. That one I need my flathead because, yeah, as you can see I modified it. These ones are a bit tricky because they're in a bit of a deeper well, so it's kind of harder to find what you're doing. to bear with us, I'll just have to get a different screwdriver. You joined us, I just found a screwdriver. Click. And then if you hear the click, that's what you're looking for. Case fan the screw, push down and turn. And again, I was on that side, I could find these in seconds, but I'm kind of gauging there, just guessing. For the camera's sake. Let's jump around and have a look. Yeah. It's probably the worst one to find, this is, 'cause it's just right there at the back. There we go. I've got it. Oh. She's up. So, that's not it. There we go. That one. You just want to make sure you hear the click. Signifies there all the way out. There we go. So this one. See it? The last one was that flatter because I had to modify that to get it out. It's not easy. Got flatter than this one. One area I've got to update. Let's buy some tools, feel free. There we go. Right, from here, you just have to bear with me a minute. Alright, go back. How much you can see again, I'm just trying to adjust the all bolts are off, these are all loose. I just can't keep this as it is, and what you can do. Just feed them into there. So push them right down this time. And then up. And so that's how it's done. A bit of crap going there, very tedious, don't like any crap going in there. If you push them down like so, that will allow. Just make sure there's no crap in there. You can always get it clean up where you do, but do not open your throttles. But that will push them into the injectors and it's not in the airbox anymore. Before this can come off, it's a nightmare, believe me. You have to, well this is already off, so you don't worry about that. There's a match sensor back here. You might have a pair system, there's another pipe here, like a DC. I've already removed all that and done block off, so it's one less for me. I'll start to bring it up and look. So just double check, see if anything's attached to it, because there is down here. Just here. You'll be pulling the entire thing off. Get nice and easy this way. Cheat system. There we go. So you just want to start wiggling it forward. Wiggle forward, wiggle forward. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I doubt we will. But underneath the bottom, like literally down here, right underneath all this here, underneath there's a connector, and you've got to try and reach in and disconnect that. That's your main priority. And if you can just reach in, you can normally get it through this way, and it makes the job a lot easier. You start feeding it up and out now. There's another connector on this side, controls your flapper. That one could be a nightmare to unplug, but been there before, it's not too bad. And then again, start feeding it up. There's a tube at the bottom, as I've just replaced it. It's been a nightmare to pull off, but pull that off. There we go. And it should just come up and out now. There's also one at the back, the mat sensor. Just unplug that. Try and keep all this as is. And then that just lifts out. Comes the knee. I guess it doesn't. It still wants to have a little fight. There we go. That's mine. There we go. A bit further down. See a bit further in. And what you can do here, now it's alright, you can just kind of put things to carry in and storage sakes, you can just kind of throw everything back together. Wait, so you can kind of see and understand. Well, it helps you put it back together. Helps you for storage, that's the word. Don't word up. Right, next up, if you can see it. Here she is, just down here, below here. This is what we're trying to get to. This here. You can see our throttle injector units there, not too bad. But what we've got to do to get this off, I mean, what I want to do, I don't want to remove and take it off completely. I just want it out the way. Put simply, I just want this out the way, so I can get access to that. Points and observations, it's this here we're trying to get to. And there's two boot, well, so you got your boot rubbers down here, 4 boot rubbers, and I guess we'll have to kind of lift that out and manoeuvre that out of the way. I might get away with keeping the throttle cable on. Hopefully I can get away with keeping that on. Hopefully. The boot rubbers. Well, the manual says stick a, what's it down from the left hand side to get them, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong, I will say that. But
They're looking very icky. I mean, the rubbers look okay and intact, I'm hoping, but this one looks a little bit icky. So, we're going to get them with some penetrating fluid, and I'm guessing, as it says, we are going to have to remove the left. I mean, I could probably get them to. Probably just about reach them two, but and I could get that one, maybe. Depends what size they are. But I might actually be able to get at them where they are. Don't count me on this. Do not count me on this. I need my penetrating fluid first and foremost. Difficult because it's hard to see and reach and to spray the stuff. So some of them I can get to, not all of them. Such a nightmare to try and get it rid of stuff. If I grab a bit of tubing, actually, that might be beneficial. I'll try and get some dust to it. That's it. I'm just trying to get a good soaking on them, but they're so down there, it's hard to see. And then down there, get all of that. So that's pretty pleased for you, is it? They're very, very, very strong. Yeah, I don't know if that's got or why it has got. I'm going to have a go at trying to get some of these from here. Manual says I've got it fair enough. I'm going to see if that's otherwise. First and foremost, I need to identify what size they are. I need to be very careful because I don't want to drop what's in. So I'm guessing there might be an 8 or a 6. Actually, if they did, unfortunately they did not. Neat now. Let's see if I can identify what size they actually are. There's a Phillips head on there, but there's also a thingy on there. I might have to join you around the other side a second. I want to see. The throttle bodies probably won't come off today, but might force me to take the lights off. Well, me, I'm going to do a bit of collaborating anyway. I'm going to start getting my dinner on. Main job here was, like I say, just to get to this point here and see where we can go from there. Cause I know it's quite a bit of work to get to that down there, but I kind of want to remove as little as possible to do the job, but we'll remove what we need to remove just to get the job done. For now, once this video is stretched on long enough, and that gives a basic idea of how to disassemble most of it. Hopefully the next one will be pulling this off. Till the next one.